Welcome back to GT3, and today we are going to be doing probably one of the few championships I'm going to be doing multiple times. That's because two cars in particular I'm looking for are given out through this, the GTCC, or German Touring Car Challenge, or German Touring Car Championship. I guess I don't know. I'm just struggling here today. It's a 5-race championship, as we've been doing, and it will give us both the Beetle Cup car and the Roof 3400S. So I have to do this one twice, which kind of sucks, but it's what I'm going to have to do. I just noticed I'm in the wrong car. Last time out, we did the European Championship and got the Gillette Vertigo race car, and that's what we're going to be utilizing for this cup, because I wanted to have something that had some steam, and the Nismo was doing great, but I feel like I'm going to need some extra power, because I feel like we're going to be facing mostly like the Astra and the Calibra kind of deal here, and some other race car type vehicles. So I wanted to have something that was a bit more up to snuff than the Nismo. So yeah, you can see we got all these touring cars. This should be still fairly easy. Something sounds terrible. I think it's the Calibra? Sounds terrible in this game. Alright, we are racing at Trial Mountain. 3 laps here. Let's make it count. I think it is this Opel out front. Belgium's close enough to Germany, right? So, I mean, this car's almost a German touring car. It's not a DTM car, but it's a Belgian body with an Italian heart. Alright, entering this turn here. Yeah, this thing is actually, like, pretty solid. And everyone's like, oh, the Vertigo's garbage. Oh, but this thing's actually kind of good. I've come to really like the Vertigo. Just in the short amount of time I've been driving it. It is currently sitting on the super soft tires. I did switch it over from the mediums because I intend to use it for, like, if I have to do any professional league stuff. Didn't mean to cut the chicane there, but I did anyway. Muscle memory, I guess. I'll switch to mediums, or possibly even like the slick or the hard tire, just to make sure that this thing can, you know, make it a couple stints in the tires. Okay, when I did this, I didn't think this car would be this dominant. Like, I knew it was good. I didn't think it was gonna be crush the entire field by 10 seconds good. Alright, up the hill here. This thing's a pretty solid car, I gotta say. Alright, we're going to fire into the chicane. I'm not going to cut it this time. That last time was just muscle memory. Oh, goodness. The fact I can nearly go flat out through here is pretty nuts. Staggering 12-second gap. That is a smackdown of all smackdowns right now, which I didn't quite expect. I expected this to be, you know, a fight from, you know, the underworld, so to speak, to take this race, but apparently the Vertigo is a lot more overpowered than I thought. Even I didn't have much faith in it, but now I've been proven wrong. That it's actually a really solid car. Fire around here. Alright, and that is race 1 completed, and a race win to boot. Not too shabby. So, the Calibra is now in dead last, which is kind of surprising. The Mercedes in P2 there isn't so surprising. So, yeah, it does kind of suck up to do this twice, but at the same time, my thought process was to do a different one that gave away a Subaru, but that's the Japanese championship, so I'd have to double up on one of these. And y'all know I'm a Porsche fanboy. I'm gonna go for the roof that they give out as an option here. The Calibra got a really solid head start. I'm gonna kind of ruin them. We're gonna run away a little bit here. A little bit of a dip in the gravel there, but nothing too crazy. Alright, firing down into the S here. This thing handles surprisingly well. Like, I've been really happy with the handling characteristics of this thing. Oh no, a little too much dirt. There we go, much better. It's going to be another pretty dominant race. I mean, we were already 9.5 seconds ahead of the Astra in P2. See how much time we can save here. About 5 seconds. But I feel like there's a lot more time to save as long as I don't dirt drop the car this time. Which I'm on par to immediately do, but I didn't. Man, we're just running away with this one. And that is another race win from midfield. Nice. A 104.8 on that lap there. A really solid lap, honestly. Pretty happy with that. My tailbone's hurt. I've been sitting here at this desk all day between playing, you know, several videos this morning, filming several videos this morning, to like playing Gran Turismo 7, and then I played some BeamNG. Like, I've just been really goofing off today. Alright, are we back at Trauma Mountain or is this Deep Forest? We're at Deep Forest. 3 laps of Deep Forest. Should be another one. This car does fairly well. The latter half of the track is pretty high speed, and this car is eating up the high speed corners, so. A little bit of a slide there, twitch from the vertigo, but we were able to bring it right back in. We're getting some weird artifacting. Are y'all seeing that too? This thing is a rocket. Wow, that was actually really impressive how that took that corner. Already 7 seconds up on the CLK. That's now in second place here. Ugh, that sucked. I'm too used to like the current layout in GT7 of this track because it's like my brain is struggling to with some of these corners because I'm like expecting them to be different. All right, one more lap to go here. This thing is great. I think honestly, like, the hardest part of this challenge is the early game and like plotting your route. Because a lot of the beginner league races give such garbage starter cars that once you have something that's worth a dang, it can get like the Vertigo or the Camaro, stuff like that from some of these cups. Like, you just really are in good shape to take some wins. All right, we're flying into the latter half here, pretty high speed corners. A little bit of a cut there, but it's okay. And that's a race win. Heck yeah. "20-second gap. That is wild." I don't think there could have been an easier race win, honestly. That's wild. All right, we got one more race, and then we're going to probably... I think I'm going to go for the Beetle first, and then I'll come back for the Roof. Because that's kind of the car I really want. Well, the Beetle's the one I really want. All right, 3 laps of Laguna. This is probably the longest race we'll be doing so far. I've always loved how this track looked in this game. Every time I play on Laguna Seca in a custom race, I go out of my way to make it like dusk so that I get this kind of view on Gran Turismo 7. Oh, big slide. Okay, this thing needs to be wrangled back in here. I am struggling for traction right now. There we go. Getting the grips with it now. Coming up into the corkscrew now. Pretty fast. Well, not pretty fast, but a pretty just intense part of the track here, obviously. Struggling for traction to fire out of that corner, but we were able to regain it. Say hi to some of the F1 trailers. I saw Sauber, and I know the Jordan team is up there. All right, that was kind of rough. Let's see if these next couple laps we can make up for it. Oh man, same spot too, goodness. Something about the curbs is really sending this thing into tailspins. So far, this is probably the worst race we've had so far with this thing. Oh boy. I'm having a hard time trusting it through this course. All right, one more lap to go. So far, though, I mean, like, outside of its appearance here, this thing's been pretty stout on track. Yeah, I cut the corkscrew a little bit too much there, but it's okay. See, it understeers pretty bad through that corner right there. It hated that. All right, one more corner to go. We were still able to pull nearly 10 seconds on everybody, so still a success. But I would have definitely have liked to been a little bit more comfortable. But anyway, there we go. So now it's just time to save scum for the Beetle, because that's kind of what I'm going for. So once we get through this screen, I'm going to drop a save, and we will go from there. The rest of the field's pretty tightly contested. I noticed second place only 15 points, so it's a pretty contested field. I like to see that. Well, I didn't get the Beetle, but at this point I don't care. That took way too many attempts. But we have the roof at least, so I'll take that. And it's in a color I probably would have picked. So yeah, now we're going to go and do this again. Wish me luck. 2 runs of this done. Now it's time to try to grind for the Beetle. Hopefully this time I get it relatively quickly. I don't know why it took so many attempts to get it. But here we are. So just like before, I'm gonna drop a save here and get the Beetle. Finally, goodness. But this is actually a cool one. I kind of like this. I've never seen the black one, so I'm pretty stoked to have that. But I now have both cars that I came here for, so now we've got a car that can handle actually the front wheel drive challenge, which I'm going to need to do in the professional anyway, and the MR challenge as well as the Boxer Spirit. So that gives us a lot of good stuff to use for the later half of this game. So now the only thing left is to get an Altezza, a Type R, and a Mercedes. And I know where to find these two. The Mercedes is still the hard one, so still plenty to do though. I think in the next video, I haven't decided yet what I'm going to target. Part of me wants to go and try to clean up some loose ends in the beginner league. Obviously the Beetle Cup cars are going to come into quite some use here. Yeah, I need to build the VIT still. Like, there's still a lot to do. And absolutely for the MR challenge. I think I mentioned that. So, there's really not a whole lot left in the beginner league to do. I need to build the TT. I need to build the VITs. I need to build the Evo. I need to build the Cup car in particular. I don't think I'll have an issue with the MR challenge in the beginner league because of the roof being fairly overpowered. I've got about 200k to spend. I guess to close this out, the car I'm going to kind of build first is I want to do the Beetle Cup first. So we're going to do the Beetle Cup car. We're going to go ahead and soup this up and make it kind of a beast. There's still some parts to put on it. Interesting. Dang, 80 grand. That's a lot. We're going to do it though. So right at 400 horsepower. What should be a turbo option? Okay, I'm about to say there better not be a turbo option for this thing somewhere. 400 horsepower though, out of something like this is pretty nuts. So this might be very rowdy to drive, honestly. Let's see. Need to get tires. We're gonna go with the. I was already on mediums. Okay. I don't think. Yeah, we can do some weight reduction. Kind of just make this car overkill. But for a front-wheel driver, it should be plenty at this point. That's plenty of power. I think, honestly, shouldn't have any issue with the Professional League front-wheel drive Cup. So there we go. 400 horsepower Beetle Cup car. Obviously, we have the roof and the TT, the build still, and the Evo. So still plenty of stuff to do. I think next video, we're going to do the Beetle Cup and have some fun with that. So thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys later, and take care.